Now there might be some occasions on set when you're asked to put a lot of product in the hair. This could be to create a wet look, or it could be to create a foundation for a very strong foundation for a finished look. It could be an updo, it could be a very big voluminous look, or it could be just a look that requires a lot of strength and structure. So this exercise is all about applying a lot of strong prep product to the hair. I've subbed in Victoria for this exercise. So you're going to take your strong prep product, whatever the hair director has directed you towards, and you're going to start at the front of the head, and you're going to work the front hairline, the hairline at corner back, and then we're going to work our way through the head. So once you've got the hairline, so you've got the front hairline and the hairline at corner back, you can lift the hair up at the back, spray the hairline at the nape all the way up to the crown so that you're getting the surface there, and then work through center back from the crown at center back all the way to the nape, and make sure you saturate those roots thoroughly. The area that you want to make sure you concentrate on the most is at the crown at corner back, and in this kind of crown corner back area, because that's where the hair tends to fall quite heavy, and it's the area that's easiest to miss when you're applying heavy styling product to the hair. And you want to create maximum volume, maximum strength, and maximum control. If you miss this area, the whole style can collapse. So make sure that you're getting the roots all the way through, split the hair apart, and make sure you've got even distribution, particularly through the crown at corner back, because this is the area where the hair can collapse, the hairstyle can fall apart, and where it needs the most support. Let's be honest, how many of you are feeling a little bit frightened by the amount of product that's going on this hair? You'll see afterwards, when we dry this and brush it through, that it is an amazing foundation to work with. So work through the hair, separating it, twisting it, and scrunching the product in to make sure that the hair is damp and thoroughly saturated. You can see here I've got a couple of little dry bits just on the end. I want to make sure that you get everything with an even distribution of product, because otherwise you'll have an uneven result when this dries. You can see as I push the hair to the side here that some of this hair from the crown at corner back is still a little bit dry. It doesn't have any product on it. That's a big watch out. It's very easy to miss those areas. Once the hair feels like it's thoroughly saturated, you can take a large paddle brush and give that a brush through, brush it into shape. And what we're going to do for this exercise is we're going to brush all the hair straight back, and we're going to let it dry into a wet look. So brush the hair straight back at the sides. hold it with the knife edge of your hand at the corner back, and then brush the crown down flat like so, and brush that hair slightly over the crown as if you're kind of doing a sort of a DA shape. Sometimes we'll clip this hair behind the ear with a long clip, sometimes with a card to prevent marking, so that that can dry in shape. Once you've given that a good brush through, take your wide tooth comb and give it a rake through, starting at the front hairline, working diagonally from the front hairline in line with the center of the left eye towards the crown on the right hand side. So you're working diagonally across the top of the head, like so. Comb that hair down at the back there, and then from the front hairline in line with the center of the right eye, just flip that up and over to the crown on the right hand side of the head. So you're not going all the way across to the opposite side like you did here, you're just going to this right hand side of the head. Comb that hair back and out of the way, and then you're going to clip that from the back of the ear with two long silver clips like so, that will stay and set into that position there. Do the same on the other side, so that hair that you already pushed back like so, so from the occipital at the back of the ear, put that long silver clip in up towards the crown there, put another one in just above it to hold all that hair in place, and you're going to let that dry naturally. So the reason we might use a product like a Stronghold mousse to create a wet look is if the hair needs to appear wet but to actually be dry so as not to damage the clothes. Sometimes we will do a wet hair look with a wet product. We might use an oil or a serum as such to kind of wet the hair and make it look wet and make it flexible. The issue that you can run into with that is that it can stain the clothes, you know, and if the clothes are expensive and if they're a one-off and if they're a sample, particularly for a runway show, we don't want to wreck the clothes.